Good afternoon to one and all. Esteemed speaker for the session, Dr. Ali Akbar Ghabrani, Psychiatric Counselor and Director, Dr. Majeswala's Happy Minds. Respected Principal of our college, Professor Dr. S.V. Rathod sir, teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, on the occasion of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Jayanti, we commemorate the memory of the father of the Indian Constitution, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, and bow down to the great personality. On behalf of Internal Quality Assurance Cell, IQAC, Department of Psychology and Counseling and Guidance Center of Bhavan's Hazarimal Somani College of Arts and Science and Jairam Das Patel College of Commerce and Management Studies, I, Ms. Palak Khambadia, student of TYBA, heartily welcomes you for this sensitization program, Why Huff and Puff when we have some better stuff. Principal sir has got busy in some urgent work, so he is unable to join the session now. However, he has assumed he'll try to join in between and has conveyed the best wishes for the session. We are indeed fortunate to have amongst us a very renowned personality to guide us and sensitize us through this session. I now invite Ms. Marzia Hashmani to introduce our guest speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Palak. It is indeed my pleasure and privilege to introduce Dr. Ali Akbar Ghabrani. Dr. Ali Akbar Ghabrani is a medical graduate and a psychiatric counselor for the past 18 years. He was a former director of Masina Institute of Psychotherapy and Behavioral Sciences. Dr. Ali Akbar Ghabrani is a prolific motivational speaker and a life skill trainer. Currently, he is the director at Dr. Majeswala's Happy Minds by Kalla. The motto of his training is coaching for transformation. Dr. Ali Akbar's zealous and deep talks motivate people to tap into their inner self and bring about self-transformation. He is an optimistic and competent, positive trainer who is passionate about motivating people to bring about a change in their lives. He successfully achieves this by delivering unparalleled quality in his sessions and workshops, which are dynamic, energetic, result-oriented, and value for money. A medical graduate specializing in health psychology, Dr. Ali Akbar is a voracious enthusiast of psychology and has great knowledge about the human psyche, which has further shaped his career into becoming a life skills trainer. Equipped with the necessary skills, he is passionate about guiding people towards developing life skills and enhancing their interpersonal skills through effective and assertive communication, team building, work-life balance, relationship workshops, guiding people in managing stress and time in an efficient manner and indulge them in inventional thinking and innovation. Dr. Ali Akbar possesses excellent communication skills which engage his listeners in workshops and seminars, making them more lively and interesting. This makes the session very fruitful and worth remembering for the participants. In addition to his innate passion towards his profession, he possesses years of experience of conducting workshops in police institutes, educational institutes on personality development, emotional intelligence, and attaining success in life. His charismatic personality, charm, and skills have helped him emerge and his abiding TV personality, and he can be seen on Win TV giving valuable inputs about psychological problems and measures to deal with them. He believes that the most effective way to do is to do it. I now invite Dr. Ghabrani to address the students.
Thank you very much, Marzia. Very good afternoon to all of you. Very auspicious day today. Babasaheb Ambedkar Jayanti, first day of the month of Ramadan. And today, indeed, a very pleasurable, honorable moment for me that Marzia Hashmani, who is a daughter of my own teacher has introduced me. So, these moments are very, very memorable, unforgettable moment for me, because my teacher, her father is my teacher, and he has taught me so many things. So thank you very much, Marzia. And thank you, Dr. Masum Hasmani, sir, for giving me such a wonderful insight and holding my hand during my students' life. Thank you very much. I would like to ask you 3 questions before I comment my presentation, before I start my presentation. You want me to ask you a question in between and have an interactive session, or you want me just to speak and move ahead? Madam? Interactive session. Okay, thank you very much. And the second thing, I would like to, at any given point of time, if you feel that you have not understood me, so make me learn also, because I've come here as a student to learn something from you. It is always a pleasure and honor and, upliftment of my emotion when I learn something from my students. So thank you very much. And we'll start with today's presentation. My name is Dr. Ali Akbar Ghabrani. Marzia has already introduced me. Addiction is a special kind of hell. It takes the soul of the addict and breaks the heart of everyone who loves them. Let me start with you with one case presentation. I had a girl around 30 years of age who came to me. I want to marry this gentleman. I am in love with this gentleman and I want to marry him. I've told him, I said, this gentleman is not compatible to you. So see other boy. बोले नहीं, मुझे तो इसी से प्यार है और मुझे से प्यार हो गया है और मैं इसी से शादी करूंगी. ऐसे ठीक है, योर लाइफ, करो शादी. On first night, the boy introduced her with a smoking कि हम लोग आज पहली रात जो शादी की है वो हम लोग खुशियों से मनाएंगे and I want you to start smoking for me. And उस लड़की ने, I don't know, उसको एक चीज थी कि she couldn't say no and she started smoking. And when they went for honeymoon, again he has offered her for a marijuana. And प्यार अंधा होता है. She started with marijuana and after some time they got divorced. Now she is coming to me for a counseling session. Dr. Ghabrani, how to be away from marijuana. So in addiction, you must and should have a courage. If you don't want to enter the hell, you must and should have a courage to say no, no. Being a future counselor, you should understand these things. I have to make my client learn to say no, because it is a special hell, a special kind of hell. It takes the soul away of the addict and breaks the heart of everyone who loves them. What is addiction? Addiction is a condition that results when a person ingests a substance or engages in an activity that can be pleasurable. Now tell me, what is the difference between happiness and pleasure? Can anyone answer me? Anyone can please? What is the difference between happiness and pleasure?
Yeah, pleasure is something temporary, and happiness is something constant, maybe.
Very good, very good, very good, Sanjay. Happiness comes from within. pleasure comes from outside. And I want pleasure more and more. Pleasure is a want. Happiness is a need. So the moment I indulge into activity which is pleasurable, so I need more and more and more. In that compulsive behaviorness, compulsive interference, I forget my responsibilities. Thank you. In that pleasurable activities, I become so compulsive that I forget my own responsibility. What do you mean by responsibility? Anyone can? Have you heard this word responsibility? Anyone?
So the call it or duty or something, a particular duty that needs to be followed.
Because the particular duty that we have to do by own.
Responsibility means ability to respond at that point of time. So I forget how to be responsible. I lose my ability to respond at that point of time. I lose my relationship and even my health. And I become selfish. I, me, myself. मैं सिर्फ मेरा देखूंगा, मेरी प्लेजरेबल एक्टिविटी देखूंगा, उसके लिए मुझे कुछ भी करना पड़े, I will do it, but I will not leave my pleasurable activity. For using this pleasurable activity, I may create a problem for myself, for other people. I don't care. And addiction is a disease of progression. I want more and more. I want more and more. I am never satisfied. I become selfish. Have you cleared till now, everybody?
Yes.
Ability to respond is responsibility. Thank you very much. Addiction is a trifaceted disease. In that you become mental obsession, you have mental obsession, you have spiritual bankruptcy and physical craving. Now, these three things comes, a person becomes empty from within. He becomes emotionless. He is just obsessed in one thinking कि मुझे क्या करना है, मुझे कैसे मिलेगा, and how do I enjoy my pleasure. And in that physical craving, वो क्या करता है नहीं पता उसको. I have so many cases. I am into psychiatry field since last more than 22 years. I have seen so many people. 2 cases, so I don't want to name them, but the horrible situation of my life. I was called in the morning at 2:30 in that Haji Ali area. Known to me, my patient, I was doing his, my client, I was doing his counseling. I got a call from police, please come. XYZ, आपका क्लाइंट है और उसने बहुत ही घिनौना जुर्म किया है, प्लीज कम इमीडिएटली. आई वेंट देयर एंड आई सॉ उसने अपने बाप को जस्ट फॉर 100 रुपीज मार डाला था. जस्ट फॉर 100 रुपीज. ही सेड आई वांट टू हैव marijuana, you just give me 100 rupees. And his father said, no, I'm not going to give you any money and I will not allow you to go out of the house. In that, argument, he got angry and he killed his father. Because he was not in a frame of rational thinking. उसके बाद में हाँ ठीक है, उसने मुझे 100 रुपया नहीं दिया तो मैंने मार दिया, उसमें क्या हुआ? उसने मुझे पैदा क्यों किया? When I went ना तो I said why you did this thing? तो he said कि मैंने मार दिया, मुझे 100 रुपया नहीं दिया उसने. I said 100 रुपए के लिए तूने उसको मार दिया? हाँ, उसने मुझे पैदा क्यों किया? Now such kind of thought, thinking, feeling and behavior you develop, and you don't know at what level, at what intensity you go and destroy the person and to yourself. You get lost in the world. You don't know what you are doing. You don't know how you are feeling, and you don't know what is your behavior which is affecting you and other people. You are in the middle of the circle and your family is looking at you. You want to reach to your family wants to reach to you, but both are disconnected. A condition when a substance or a behavior is a prime reality of governing force of one life, making all else secondary. Addiction can be said to be a sick love. मुझे इतना प्यार हो गया है एडिक्शन से, मुझे कुछ नहीं दिखाई देता है. I just love my addiction. This is all I'm sharing problem with you. I will come to the solution. Neurobiological factor, brain reward mechanism. The moment you have a first smoking, you feel so relieved. It's a reward mechanism. You know better, you're all MA students. So you know, you want to have that reward mechanism again and again, again and again. It triggers the calming neurotransmitter. It releases dopamine and it changes your neurotransmitter in such a way that you start craving for that substance and you calm yourself. And then once that calming effect goes, then you want to have that euphoric effect. You again want to consume that. That is the cycle. And once that cycle starts, it starts. Gateway of drug. Now this is very, very important slide. Smoking, hookah, gutka, cigarettes, alcohol, marijuana, charas, ganja, button. You know what is button? Anyone can? Have you heard this name, button?
Yes, sir.
No, sir, first time.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
is that? What do you mean by button?
Sir, those are pills that can be
खाने
abused
के बाद हम लोग
to get psychological
अजीब
high.
भेज कर
Yes, button means they in a lay language they call it button, but actually it is alprazolam, nitrozepam, some tablet. Cough syrup. Have you heard about iodex? Iodex, addiction of iodex.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
iodex on bread.
They spread it on a Britannia's bread slide and they have for the breakfast. And I was amazed. I was shocked to see that. How can you do this thing? बोले मजा आती है. आप भी लेके देखो. He was telling me also. So these are the gateway. What do you mean by gateway? What do you mean by gateway?
दिखाने का ना अच्छा भोजपुरी तो उसमें क्या
कटेगा
करने का लीव करना कैंसिल कर लीव
What do you mean by gateway? Can anyone?
No, sir.
See, mostly, See, mostly you don't start with, I have not seen in my life that you will start with marijuana or charas. You start only with tobacco, smoking, hookah, gutka, bidi. The moment you enter this zone, your emotional barrier is cut off. Now you are not afraid. I can take cigarettes. It's easy, it's cool. I can take hookah. Hookah तो सब लोग लेते हैं and it's available. Gutka to, I'll tell you one story I remember. One marital counseling came to me and she was a young girl around 25, 26. And having one issue, one bachu around 2.5 years, 3 years. And while talking, the bachu started crying. And she, from her pocket, took some pinch and put it in that child's mouth. And child got aram se rona band. I got curious. I said, what is happening? I said, आपने क्या खिलाया उसको? बोले, doctor, don't ask. I said, नहीं, please let me know. मतलब मुझे भी मतलब too curious कि इतना क्या हुआ कि इतना बच्चा जोर जोर से चिल्ला रहा था, रो रहा था. And आपने उसके मुंह में कुछ रखा and suddenly, child stopped crying. After 2-3 minutes insisting, उसने मुझे पूरी निकाल के दिखाई. And believe me, that puri shocked me. I left my place for 2 minutes. I went out, organized myself, and again came. You know what was that puri? It was a gutke ka puri. She took a pinch of gutka और 2-2.5 साल के बच्चे की जबान पे रखी उसने. बोले ये देती हूं तो आराम से बच्चा सो जाता है 2-3 घंटे तक, रोता भी नहीं है, खेलते रहता है. Now see, the bachu is entering in the gateway. So in the gateway, tobacco, hookah, gutka, cigarettes, you have to say no, no. The moment you enter this empire, then it's a big world. Marijuana, charas, ganja, heroin, LSD, meth, meow, meow, you name it, and you enter in the world and you destroy yourself. You enter into hell.
Sir, what is meant by meow meow?
That is another name of meth. Recently, we call it MD also.
Okay.
It is a what I'm telling you, it is a very cheap version of heroin. Everybody can't afford heroin, very costly, 5,000 rupees around. And this meth is a chemical substance which is recently came into market before 5 years and which gives the same euphoric effect of heroin, but in a economical wise, very, very cheap. You may get it in 50 rupees and you may get it in 500 rupees also. Methamphetamine is the drug, MD. So that is a chota bhai of heroin. The wisdom of the story, being a future counselor, you need to understand, you have to hold everybody not to enter this gate. The moment you can stop anybody, everybody, yourself also, your client also, not to enter this zone, then you are actually saving one life entering to hell. The moment you enter into this tobacco, hookah, gutka, cigarette, and one sip of beer, then you go for hard whiskey, brandy, vodka, tequila, what is so many things. The moment you start smoking, then marijuana and whatnot. So your primary goal is to have a prevention. If you can prevent a person to enter in the gateway of drugs, you are the winner. Today's reality, huh? 13 years old boys and 15 years old girls. For a party, they start and they enter the gateway of drugs. They start with smoking, they start with sip of beer, and then they don't know how to come out of this situation and they don't know how to return these things. And they destroy their life and future because this is the prime empire making life. And that the pillar which is making them strong, they are making weak with the indulgence of this tobacco, alcohol, marijuana, MD, whatever you call it. What happens after smoking? Or after any meth, alcohol, marijuana? They feel euphoric. Happiest moment of their life. They become hyperactive, risking behavior. They become fearless. They become bold, aggressive, violent. See, mostly I'm going to tell you in the further slide that this happens only mostly people, those who have a childhood ADHD, conduct disorder, ODD, and in adult if they have a depression. They are feeling low. The moment किसी friend ने उसको हाथ पकड़ के एक smoking करा दिया, he feels so high, उसको अच्छा लगता है. He comes out of the depression and for that particular moment. And he feels कि नहीं मुझे और चाहिए. I'm the moment I get stress, मैं एक smoke लेता हूँ तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है. और अच्छा लगता है, I'm telling you अच्छा लगता है. Yes, the neurotransmitter plays the game. The dopamine release and he feels कि मुझे अच्छा लगता है. वो अच्छा लगने के component के अंदर he will have one more smoke. Then again he will have one more smoke and then the addiction cycle happens. And then कोई friend बोलता है कि इससे तो तुझे अच्छा लगता है. You have a sip of beer also. Then again he goes into that alcohol. Somebody introduced grass, charas, ganja. You feel more euphoric. And जो पहले डरावना बच्चा था ना, he becomes fearless, he becomes violent, he becomes aggressive. He has got that boldness that I can do anything and everything. आपने बहुत सारे बच्चे लोगों को देखा होगा. They go with motorcycle. Sometimes I get afraid. My God. And they have such a, bold situation. I was talking to my son and he was telling me, Daddy, few of my friends says कि रात को 2 बजे बम्बे की रौनक की कुछ अलग होती है. And I said, what रौनक? I said, आराम से सुकून से you can have your smoke, सुकून से you can have your glass of beer and you can enjoy those moments. बोले ऐसे moment मिलेंगे नहीं. I said, my बच्चा don't go. रात को 10 बजे के बाद कोई भी अच्छा काम नहीं होता है. और उद्धव ठाकरे चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ महाराष्ट्र ने मुझे रॉन्ग किया है. थैंक यू वेरी मच चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ महाराष्ट्र. उन्होंने 8 बजे से कर्फ्यू लगा दिया, आज के बाद में लॉकडाउन लगा दिया कि 8 बजे के बाद तो अच्छा काम नहीं होता है. The euphoric effect remains in the body for 6 to 8 hours. Again, that euphoric effect, the happiness effect goes off, goes down, spirally goes down. Again, I want to be in the same moment. So to be in the same moment, what will I do? Again, I will consume the same thing because I want to feel euphoric. I want to feel flamboyant. I want to prove myself as a macho man. To prove these things, I will do this again and again. And this becomes addiction.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you said 13-year-old guys and 15-year-old girls, they take all these drugs type of things. But you said they feel very happy. Why are these people so sad for? Like, these kids should be happier on this time of age.
Please come back.
This is all kind of addiction.
Please come back, my bacha. Please come back.
No, sir, you said these 13-year-old boys and girls, they do drugs at this age. But what is the reason for them to be so sad? They are just kids, no?
I've told you, bacha, either they must be suffering from ADHD, ODD, conduct disorder, or childhood depression.
Sir,
They are into low self-esteem, low self-respect, and low confidence.
yes, and there are many conditions like parents, they are orphan or they have stepfather or mother, kind of external issues.
This could be one reason, yes. And you know,
Also, I'd like
there are
to.
certain fields. I had a boy who was recently I'm counseling, and मेरे से कोई लड़की पटती नहीं है. I said, तू ये उम्र में क्यों? Your age is only 15 years. तेरे को लड़की पटा नहीं क्यों है? तो बोले नहीं. One of my friend told me कि अगर तू स्मोकिंग स्टार्ट करेगा ना, you will feel macho, तेरी पर्सनालिटी अच्छी लगेगी, तो लड़की को तू अट्रैक्ट कर पाएगा. Now these are all myth in your head. Now then, to prove myself, to have a validation of my own self, I'll start this thing. So the moment I start smoking, my self-confidence, it's in my head, my self-confidence. I will look more macho, I will look more handsome, and I'll be able to patao my ladki or ladka, whatever you call it. So you,
Sir,
because of psychological illness, your focus is shifting from studies to XYZ. Yes, tell me, you are telling me something, bacha.
सर ये सब सोशल मीडिया के वजह से भी हो सकता है क्या?
हो सकता है. Yes, yes. There are so many कारण बेटा. There is so many causes. Peer pressure. सबसे बड़ा. The main cause is peer pressure. 4-5 friends है यहाँ पे. और I am telling you कि I am a very shyful person. मैं बहुत ही एकदम शांत हूँ. और 4-5 लड़की लोग मेरे 2-3 दोस्त लोग के साथ में इंट्रोड्यूस कराया, और उसमें से मुझे एक लड़की अच्छी लगी, और उस लड़की ने मुझे प्रपोज किया कि भाई यू हैव अ स्मोक. अब व्हाट विल आई डू? पहले मैं बहुत डरा हुआ हूँ.
सर वो खुश करने के लिए आप इंडल्ज करोगे ना?
Yes, yes, yes. That once if you enter the gate, then you are in the gate.
But sir, but why all this stuff are not banned?
Please come back. Please come back. Very good question.
Sir, but why these all stuff are not banned?
It is banned only. It is banned only. Nothing is legal. My sweetheart, nothing is legal. ये सारी चीजें illegally हो रही है.
But sir, it's available
Government is trying very hard to curb this situation. Government, police forces, they are very working hard on this.
But sir, it is available easily in
It
market.
is available. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. See, you cannot external चीज को आप बदल नहीं सकते हो. I can only change one person on this planet, and the name of that person is I, me, myself. That's it. किसी को भी available है till today. Till today, I have never tasted. I don't know what is the taste of beer. I don't know what is the taste of smoking. I don't know what is the taste of, gambling. I don't know what is the taste of any other substance. I don't know the taste of gudka. So it is up to me. I should not enter the gate. That's it. And as a counselor, as a future counselor, you have to understand that I will hold one person in my life not to allow to enter in this zone.
सर अगर स्कूल वगैरह में ये सब्जेक्ट ऐड किए जाएंगे तो वो इतना नहीं बढ़ सकता है.
Being a counselor, yes, you have to. School, colleges, 10th standard, early colleges, because the moment you go into college, you have that thought in your head. And now I am free, now I am independent. मुझे अभी स्कूल का ड्रेस नहीं पहनने का है. और बहुत सारे बच्चे लोग, those who are having such kind of thoughts ना, they go in college with that only कि मैं लड़की पटाऊंगी या लड़का पटाऊंगा.
सर क्या आप सोचते हो फैमिली प्लेज एन इम्पोर्टेंट रोल इन
Very yes 100%. Parenting role is a MUST must. हमारे माँ बाप को हमारा बच्चा जब कॉलेज में जाता है ना, उसके पहले बिठा के एक सेशन लेना चाहिए कि बेटा व्हाट इज द गोल ऑफ गोइंग टू कॉलेज. फर्स्ट डिसाइड योर गोल. The moment your parent tells you, give you insight, okay, you are going college, not for smoking, not for any maja masti, not for any patav any person. You are going college to make your life, to prepare your life, to study yourself, to explore your potential. And bachchu knows ke why I am going college, for what reason I am going college. Unfortunately, हमारे बच्चे, हमारे माँ बाप जो है ना, उनको ये हमारी बच्चियों को भी नहीं सिखाते कि what is monarchy. हमारे बेटे को भी नहीं मालूम है कि मास्टरबेशन करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए. अभी या तो गूगल भगवान बताएगा उसको, या तो उसके फ्रेंड्स बताएंगे. मैं जो मेरे बेटे से शेयर कर सकूंगा, खुले दिल से शेयर करूंगा. See, lot many problems are coming because of this only.
Shame, sir, the shame towards all these things that ये लोग indulge कर जाएंगे अगर हम educate कर देंगे अच्छे से, उस वजह से भी problem होती है.
ये तो उनका अपना वो अपना उनका लो सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस है ना.
हाँ, वही कि बच्चा शायद इंडल्ज हो जाएगा उसमें अगर हम उनको एजुकेट कर देंगे. So that is the wrong thinking they have.
Wrong notion they have.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And due to the lack of awareness about this, like all sex things and like all cigarettes and all about teenagers, that's why we have the excitement and different thoughts, different approach towards this kind of things.
Always being a counselor, you need to understand that you should live your life with awareness. You should live this life with consciousness. You should know what not to do. You should know what not to speak. You should know what not to feel, and you should know in what way I should not behave in this particular way. If you know only this 4-5 funda, your life is simple. You will go ahead with simplicity. Shall we move ahead?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Sir, if anybody is मतलब ये फील्ड में घुस गया, कोई एडिक्शन हो गया, बट उसको बाहर कैसे निकाला जा सकता है सर?
I am coming to the solution. I am coming to the solution. I am coming to the solution. My sweetheart, I am coming to the solution.
Sir.
Yes.
I had a question.
Please.
Sir, recently someone just mentioned the ban of all these drugs. But sir, as we see, tobacco is illegal in our country, and there are not many restrictions on drinking as well, which is why we see the death of so many people because of the consumption of desi daru, for example. So, sir, how far is the government benefiting from the usage of drugs by people? And sir, the second question is regarding the consumption of marijuana. Sir, the UN recently shifted marijuana from DSM-4 to DSM-5, which makes it less harmful. I mean, it has been removed from the list of hard drugs. So, sir, how far is that appropriate or accurate? And we also see the legalization of these, of especially marijuana in so many countries being increasingly, accepted throughout the world. What do you have to say on that, sir?
See, being a professional, I cannot comment on legality. Whatever I am going to share with you, it's my own personal experience and it's my personal concept. Although smoking is the major cause, on every packet of smoke, you will find, on a pack of cigarettes, you will find this is harmful, don't take it, blah, 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 this is going to cause a cancer. Every day you see a advertisement on television also. But in spite of that, the revenue from the smoking is big for the government. So, in spite of they are giving advertisement to all the theaters, all the television, all the aspects, they write on a pack of cigarettes also, don't indulge it, don't consume it, it's going to harm, it's going to be a cancer. So this is, it's a government policy कि हमको पैसा मिलता है and हम उनको warning देते हैं, but in spite of that we are going to sell it. This is one aspect.
Yeah, sir, on the smoke.
They are telling, be responsible. You be the responsible. हमने तो आपको दे दिया, हमने warning भी दे दी, हमने television पे भी बता दिया. Now you be responsible and don't indulge into smoking. ये presentation उसी के लिए है. Ma'am, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Are you convinced with my answer, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Students.
Second thing, marijuana. I am coming to marijuana.
Sir, can we take? Sir, sorry to interrupt. Can we request students to ask the question at the
Please,
end?
please, please. Any given point of time.
No. Okay. Because I think you are covering everything in your presentation. The questions that they have in their minds, I think you are covering as you go along.
At any given point of time, you can ask me any question. As long as you are not tired, I am not tired.
Okay, sir.
I want you to understand thoroughly, and I want you to go home, take some message, and imply this message with you within you in your life.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's just a time pass, and I don't want to do time pass. I want you to take and execute in your life, implement in your life. That is more important.
Right,
Thank you, sir. Sir, and my second question of the shift of marijuana from DSM 4 to DSM 5.
Yes, marijuana. See, marijuana, there are certain medical positive aspects. Presentation. There are certain positive aspects. Again, there are certain countries in the world. They say it's illegal. What is the definition of poison? Anyone can tell me what is the definition of poison?
The substance which kills you.
That is the action of the poison. I am asking you the definition.
Anything in excess is
Yes,
poison.
very good. I am actually, literally, ma'am, believe me, Marzia, believe me, I was actually पूरी रात में preparation कर रहा ये presentation के लिए. मुझे पता था कि I am going to, address a very intelligent and very intellectual crowd. तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है when you who gave this answer? Anything excess is poison. Very good answer.
I gave, sir.
Very good. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. So, in this situation, certain people think if you take marijuana in limit, it is not going to be harmful. Certain countries, certain laws in the world, they say, but हम लोगों को we are emotionally weak. हमको पता ही नहीं कि हमको कहाँ ब्रेक लगाना है, कहाँ गियर बदलना है गाड़ी का. Once we start. तो हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने ये लिया है स्टेप के एंड और नो. And we have to follow the land of the law. That's it. Because we don't know, हमने शुरू किया ना, then we go up to any extent and we do anything. And we have to follow the land of the law. That's it. Ma'am, I know you are not convinced with my answer. Neither I. Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please come. Shall we go ahead?
Please, sir. Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
What is need and want? The moment you start, you indulge, you enter the gateway of drugs, the moment you enter the gate, your need becomes want. Need means you have a rational belief, you have a rational expectation, and you have a goal-oriented life. These are all need of the life. This will explore your potential. This will evolve your potential. But the moment you indulge, you come from this end to that end, you enter this gate, then you have a faulty belief system. When I smoke, I am tension free. When I have a glass of alcohol, I am tension free. Unrealistic expectation. I tell you, one of my clients who was into politics, whenever he used to consume marijuana, he would say, मैं तो अभी बस एक 15 दिन के अंदर चीफ मिनिस्टर बन जाऊंगा, and I have a full, मेरे साथ में बहुत सारे लोग हैं, I can become the prime minister of India. And unrealistic expectation, उसका mind कहाँ के कहाँ चला जाता है. And they have a faulty assumption. What do you mean by faulty assumption? Can anyone tell me? Acha, I will tell you. You don't tell me. This is faulty assumption. Hello? After consuming the drug, you become like this. So
बनाना को एप्पल की नजर से देखना.
मैं मेरी नजर से देखूंगा. In reality, it is banana. लेकिन in my thought, in my thinking, it is apple.
An apple.
And I am right. You convince me. How much you convince me? I am not going to get convinced. This is faulty assumption after taking substance.
Sir, it really happens.
Yes, really happens. तभी तो बता रहा हूँ मेरे भाई मेरे बच्चे. Really happens. This is the experience of my 25 years of life. They go into bizarre world. Coming to the 5 stages of addiction. अगर इसके अंदर फर्स्ट स्टेप के अंदर if you know how to stop yourself, you will not enter into second, third, fourth, and fifth step. But the moment you access to drug, just for an emotional imbalance, मैंने बताया ना कि I am feeling low, I am feeling low self-respect, low self-esteem, insecure from within, low self-confidence, in any given situation, मेरे फ्रेंड ने मुझे बता दिया कि आप एक ले लो, और मैंने एज एन जस्ट फॉर अ प्लेजरेबल सेक, मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड ने, मेरे बॉयफ्रेंड ने मुझे फोर्स किया, मुझे लेना पड़ा पीयर प्रेशर के अंदर. दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. यू शुड लर्न टू से no. The moment you skip this no and आपने ले लिया, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं you have started altering your own neurotransmitter. एक मर्तबा लिया, then फिर एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन किया. उस दिन मैंने लिया था, मुझे थोड़ा अच्छा लगा था. अब मैं कहीं पार्टी में जा रहा हूं तो I will take it and I will use it just to feel relaxed, just to be in partying mode. नहीं, I am not going. अरे तू क्या एक ग्लास बियर लेने से तू क्या बेवड़ा बन जाएगा? I'm sorry to use this layman language, but this is what we call it. तू एक मैरिजुआना की सिगरेट लेने से तू क्या चर्सी हो जाएगा? I am sorry to use this language, but this is what happens. And the moment you have for experimentation also now, you step into third zone, because this is already, I have told you, it's a progressive disease. So the moment you enter into third step, अभी उसकी frequency बढ़ गई. पहले आप क्या थे? You just first step, you just took it for a pleasurable sake. Second, you just step ahead, one step ahead. Occasional, regular नहीं. I am not a बेवड़ा, I am not a चर्सी. Just कभी whenever I go to party, I just indulge into once, ऐसा, just to convince myself. And when you enter third zone, the frequency starts. And in third zone is a very, very difficult zone. In this zone, one still can come out. And this is the only zone where you move ahead. अच्छा, those who cannot, कभी-कभी ऐसा होते हैं lower economic strata के public होती है जो बेचारे those who economically they are very backward. क्या करते हैं कि जो ट्रैफिकर लोग होते हैं ना, वो ऐसे क्लाइंट को ढूंढते हैं जिसके पास पैसे नहीं होते हैं. Now they tell them कि तू 5 ग्राहक ला, हम तुझे तेरी ड्रग फ्री देंगे. Now the guy, the simple guy, 12th के अंदर, 13th के अंदर, 11th के अंदर, नया कॉलेज में गया, एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, थोड़ा फर्दर किया. Now he is into, उसकी frequency बढ़ी, that he doesn't have money in his pocket, and the craving goes off. Then what will do? Either he'll steal money from home, from neighbor, from relatives, और अगर ये भी नहीं हुआ तो the head trafficker will tell him कि तुम इसको ढूंढो. Now you consult 5 people, तो खाली 5 लोगों को ये सिगरेट पिला दे, and I will give your drug free to you. Now he is very happy कि मुझे कुछ नहीं करना है, मुझे खाली 5 लोगों को ये एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन के ऊपर ये सिगरेट पिलानी है, and they will come to me, and my, that the simple guy in 12th standard, now he has become trafficker. Such an unfortunate, no? Entire life, entire potential, entire human being is destroyed. And in 4th stage, he becomes so intoxicated that he will do any anti-social activities, unprotected sex, family is destroyed, whole day he will do hangama. He will come in the morning at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, he'll sleep. He'll get up in the morning at 5, he'll get up in the evening at 5, 6 o'clock, he will dress up and he will go. Kahan ja rahe? You don't have to worry. He will drive his vehicle in such a way that you get afraid. And then he becomes, he becomes trafficker. He becomes bhai of everybody. He takes lot of drugs. He starts selling the drugs. Then police mein pakde gaye, then that cycle again. And he keeps consuming higher drugs because it's a pleasure. Pleasure comes from outside. You are never satisfied with pleasure. And the step 5th, if I take drugs, if I take substance, then I'm normal. If I don't take substance, then I become irritated, I become abusive, I become aggressive, I become so frustrated. And the moment I take particular drugs up to level, which is for certain amount of time level, again he goes spirally down, again he consumes the drugs. And in that drugs, accident, death, unprotected sex, driving rashly, breaking laws, you cannot understand how, at what level, at what extent the person will go. So the wisdom of the story, as a counselor, as a future counselor, you need to work on step 1 only. Hold them at that point of time. You also don't indulge, don't allow anybody to indulge in first step.
Sir, your voice is breaking. I can't hear it.
I am so sorry, my sweetheart. I'll start. You want me to repeat or you want me to go ahead?
Okay, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Sir, please go ahead.
Okay. Now, how do you? मुझे पता कैसे चले कि मेरा फैमिली मेंबर, मेरा बेटा, मेरी बेटी मेरे घर में आई है, लेकिन वो इंडल्ज हो गई है इस चीज के अंदर? He will not tell me. सबसे पहले तो अलूफ, अवे फ्रॉम यू, आपसे आई कांटेक्ट खत्म, आपके साथ में डिनर लेना खत्म, लंच लेना खत्म, उसका टाइम एकदम इरेटिक, सोने का टाइम, भागने का टाइम एकदम इरेटिक, वॉशरूम में तो वॉशरूम तो उसका दूसरा घर हो गया, 1-1 घंटा बैठेंगे आराम से. सडनली जो 60-70% था, सडनली वो 50% आ गया. सडनली 70% था, सडनली कॉलेज से इंटीमेशन आ गया कि आपका बच्चा अटेंड नहीं कर रहा है कॉलेज. आंखें देखेंगे उसकी बिल्कुल लाल, रेड आईज. खाना खाने बैठेगा तो आई विल आइदर ही विल हैव लॉट ऑफ फूड or he will have only half chapati and he'll say, I don't want to eat anything. So as a parent, you have to have a red flag in your head कि मेरा बच्चा क्या कर रहा है. What is the behavior? Eye contact खत्म हो गया, communication खत्म हो गया, washroom का time बढ़ गया, eyes red होने लगी, running nose होने लगा. It's a tribal issue. He will get angry on you. Demanding of money more. घर पे से कोई वैल्यूएबल चीज लॉस हो रही है, गुम रही है, सडनली उसकी स्टाइल के अंदर, वेयरिंग ऑफ क्लोथ्स के अंदर बहुत फर्क आ गया. उसके फ्रेंड सर्कल जो उसकी एज के है वो एज के नहीं रहेंगे. प्लीज कम बैक. हेलो
Sir, I think it was my mistake here.
Shall I start?
Yes, sir, yes.
आर्ग्यूमेंट विद द फैमिली. छोटी छोटी बात पे झगड़ा, छोटी छोटी बात पे पता चला कि ये मम्मी के सोने के इयररिंग्स निकल लिए किधर, डैडी का मोबाइल अचानक गुम हो गया. You know, छोटी छोटी चीजें. So you have to have a red flag in your head कि something is wrong. And mostly the friends of my son or daughter, they are elder than his age. Be very careful and have a red flag in your head. It's an addictive cycle. Short-term pleasure. I am happy in this point of time and I want to remain happy. My anxiety, my depression, my insecurities, my low self-esteem, my low self-confidence, my low self-respect, that has all gone. Now I am happy and I want to remain in the same stage of happiness forever. But they don't understand it's a long-term pain. Once the addiction, the effect of that addictive substance spirally goes down, then you feel deprived, and in that deprivation, your behavior changes and you feel pain. Now, again, you want to have that. You are into that cycle. Now you are into independency. Your thinking, feeling, behavior, it becomes obsessive only about addiction. You refuse that there is a problem. I am creating problem for myself, for my family, for my neighbor, for my city, for my country. Nothing doing. I am the best. Whatever I am doing for my happiness. You keep taking care of me. You keep paying me. You keep giving money to me. अगर आप नहीं दोगे मैं चोरी करूँगा, आप नहीं दोगे मैं trafficking करूँगा, लेकिन I will do my. But that obsessive thinking, from where get I money, from where I can get money, and in that, with that money I am going to buy my substance. And increased tolerance. पहले आपको क्या होता था कि एक joint से आप satisfied हो जाते थे. It's a pleasure, ना? Pleasure comes from outside. You are never satisfied with pleasure. Happiness comes from within. So it's a pleasure. External locus of control. So locus of control is external. Happiness is a locus of control internal. So now locus of control is external. I want more and more, more and more, more. So your tolerance is increased. पहले मुझे एक joint चाहिए था, अभी मुझे 6 joint चाहिए थे. And with that also I am not satisfied. And you know, your bio, psycho, socio aspects are damaged. And in that cycle, your mind, your body, your spirit, gone. I am not at all aware कि मुझे क्या नुकसान हो रहा है, मेरी family को क्या नुकसान हो रहा है. I am just interested in myself, I, me, myself. And in that insecurity, you create your own hell for you, for your family, for your neighbor, for your community. मुझे एक सेंटेंस बोलना है, बट दिस इज माय पर्सनल थिंग, डोंट टेक इट, आई एम नॉट टेलिंग यू ऑफिशियली, आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग माय एक्सपीरियंस विथ यू. दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली इनऑफिशियल, डोंट टेक इट पर्सनली. ये लोग मरते नहीं है और किसी को जीने नहीं देते. तो ये स्टेज आने के पहले डोंट इंडल्ज इनटू फर्स्ट स्टेप ओनली. नाउ कमिंग टू द सॉल्यूशन, one of the gentlemen asked me कि इसका solution क्या है. If you remember, some student asked me. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. We are everyone waiting for the solution.
Sir, I am here.
Thank you very much. Hope you are enjoying, or should I cut it?
No, sir, we are enjoying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Overcoming addiction is a matter of. We are now discussing the solution. Overcoming addiction is a matter of willpower. अरे मेरा तो विल पावर है, मैं कभी भी छोड़ सकता हूँ. अभी रमजान का महीना है ना, अभी तो पूरा महीना दारू बंद, पूरा महीना ड्रग्स बंद. अरे मैं तो हमेशा करता हूँ, मैं तो कर, मैं whenever I feel I can do it. They have their myth in their head, huh? All the druggies, all the alcoholics. अरे I can do, कभी भी मैं कर सकता हूँ, एक महीना तो करता हूँ ना. I can do it, वो तो मेरे हाथ में है, बड़ा विल पावर. लेकिन उसको पता नहीं है कि विल और पावर अलग अलग हो जाता है. उसके बाद विल होता है to overcome this drug, alcohol, लेकिन पावर नहीं होता है. विल और पावर अलग अलग हो जाता है. लेकिन all said and done, as a counselor, as a future counselor, you have to be very very positive and you have to bring जो भी न्यूरोलॉजिकल चेंजेस उसके दिमाग में हुए हैं उसको रीचेंज करके विल और पावर दोनों को मिलाना है बाद में. दिस इज योर जॉब, दिस इज योर रोल. तो इसे नहीं, ओवरकमिंग एडिक्शन इज अ मैटर ऑफ विल पावर. तेरा मिथ है बॉस, तू अकेला नहीं कर सकेगा. If you wish, you have to take a help of counselor, you have to take a help of psychiatrist, you have to be on medication, you have to change your thinking, feeling, behavior, you have to counter your craving, and तब जाके will और power दोनों mix हो गए. will power होगा तब जाके you will be able to come out of this circle. उसको ऐसा लगता है कि I have a will power, लेकिन from a counselor perspective, will and power is not intact. Your job is to bring will and power intact, and then you have to help the client, and then the client will be able to release himself from this prison. Addiction is a disease and you can do nothing about it. अभी मेरा बच्चा तो नहीं, अभी कुछ नहीं कर सकते, वो तो ऐसा ही है, वो तो बीमारी है, अभी वो तो करते ज रहेगा. This is the myth. No, it's a brain disease. It doesn't mean that you are helpless. Learn, unlearn, relearn. So whatever you have learned, you need to unlearn and you have to relearn. What do you mean by rehabilitation center? What do you mean by rehabilitation? Can anyone tell me what? Have you heard this word rehabilitation?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that? Can anyone tell me?
सर जिधर कोई ड्रग्स एडिक्ट है, नहीं तो कोई कुछ भी चीज से एडिक्ट है, तो वो उधर जाके ठीक होता है.
वेरी गुड. क्या ठीक होता, मतलब क्या ठीक क्या करते हो लोग?
उनको थेरेपीज देते हैं, उनकी थोड़ी काउंसलिंग
होती है.
क्या
होता है उससे ठीक क्या होता है? रीहैब मतलब रीहैबिट फॉर्मेशन. क्या बोला मैंने आपको? रिहेबिलिटेशन सेंटर, अ सेंटर वेयर योर हैबिट इज रिफॉर्म. रीहैब होती है, आपकी हैबिट जो है उसको बदलते हैं. Are you getting me? In a simple language, I am telling you. आपकी हैबिट का रिफॉर्मेशन होता है. रिहैब में जाओगे आपको डिसिप्लिन मिलेगी, रिहैब में जाओगे आपको हाउ टू लिव योर 24 आवर्स का लाइफ with a proper thought process, with proper thinking, feeling, behavior. So now they are going to have a shift in your thinking, feeling, behavior. They are going to, shift your habit formation. So it is a rehabit formation center. Are you convinced with me, my sweetheart?
Yes, sir.
Thank
Clear.
you very much. The moment you feel any person is into drugs, at that point of time also you have to start your therapy to him, and you have to give him assurance that no matter the tunnel is very dark, but you can cross this tunnel. And the process will be little longer, but at the end of the day, if you work hard, you will be a nice person. Again, you will be able to live a qualified life. Again, you will be able to live your life with your own potential. There are certain myths that you can't force addict into a treatment. Slowly, you have to work on his or her cognition, and you have to change it in such a way that you show him the mirror that it is you who is going to change. It is you who's going to control. It is you who's going to confront your addiction, and you have to decide कि मुझे नहीं लेना है. And I will tell you, मेरी लास्ट स्लाइड के अंदर एक बहुत अच्छा फॉर्मेशन मैंने बनाया हूं. अच्छा, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हमने ट्रीटमेंट ले ली लेकिन काम नहीं आई ट्रीटमेंट. ओके, इट इज ऑल राइट. That doesn't mean that you stop the treatment. It's a long process. Recovery is a long process. But at the end of the day, if you work hard with yourself, if your family holds you very tightly, then you will be able to back and you will be able to help lot many other people also. Now, this slide is very, very important. Stimulus peer pressure से आएगा. Stimulus environment से आएगा. It is up to you whether to be reactive or to be responsive. You know, how much time do we require to shift our thought process from yes to no? Can anyone tell me? You can change your entire thought process, and you can be on a safer zone in what amount of minutes, seconds? Can anyone tell me, please?
Sir, can you repeat the question because I don't understand.
You cannot change the stimulus. You cannot change the environment. गवर्नमेंट बंद नहीं करती है, गवर्नमेंट ऐसा करती है. नो, स्टिमुलस तो आएगा, पीयर प्रेशर आएगा, सिचुएशन आएगा, एनवायरनमेंट आएगा, वेयर दे ऑफर यू. इट इज अप टू यू. It is up to you that you have to decide, no, I don't have to be reactive, I have to be responsive. What amount of time do we have to change our own perspective from reactive to responsive? Have you understood my question clearly, Mita?
Yes, sir, clear.
Tell me, how many minutes? How many seconds?
Sir, it should be like 5 seconds or more than that.
Anybody else?
So half a minute.
Very good. Matlab 30 seconds. Okay, yeah. Very good. Abhi now, you are in the friend circle and everybody is forcing you to have, and you will take half a minute to answer them, and you will start thinking कि मुझे लूं के नहीं लूं के नहीं लूं. You mean to say that?
Yes, sir.
Less than half a minute to say no.
Huh? No, but your thought is telling कि नहीं यार
Less
अभी
than half a minute to say no.
half a minute to say no. Okay, 30 seconds.
Sir,
Oh, less than a second also.
Oh, very good. Very good.
uh,
Who's that? Who's that? Less than a second. I've already shared with you on the screen.
sir, I just want to share you some personal example of this.
Please.
Yes, sir. One of my teacher, like he's a director, so he approached me and say he just went for sutta, and he's a director. He is my teacher, so I'm like no, no, no. But after few seconds, I smoked
Okay.
for I done twice, like 2 puff, and then I'm realized ki I'm done something wrong, and I'm in the guilt. So so like after 2 3 weeks, I will be like I'm okay, but 2 3 weeks is too much of guilty, and because I work in a NGO whose aim is tobacco free India, and I'm the one who breaks the rule. That's why.
Very good. Very good. Very courageous person. At least you could share your personal experience on a very big platform. So thank you very much, my sweetheart. It requires only 0.25 seconds to rescript your behavior and you reshape your life. It requires only 0.25 seconds, not even 1 second. In that 0.25 seconds, you can say, okay, I want to light up the cigarette or I don't want to light up the cigarette. If you are into smoking also, and if you want to be away from smoking, alcohol, marijuana, XYZ, whatever substance, you have a window of 0.25 seconds to decide whether I'll light up the cigarette, I will take a sip of beer, I will take a sip of alcohol or not. Not even 1 second. In that 0.5 seconds, you can rescript your entire thought process. Your thinking, your feeling, your behavior will change. It is with you, within you. You have a capacity to rule your thought process, and the time frame is only 0.25 seconds. So your life, the progress of your life, it depends. The time frame is only 0.25 seconds. You decide either I want to indulge it, I don't want to, or I want to. The time frame is only 0.25 seconds. You can create your life or you can destroy your life. Every addiction is a tree. The branches is even people, substance, marijuana, alcohol, smoking, whatever. Normally, being a counselor, being a therapist, we look only about branches. And in the family also, तू cigarette भी ना बंद कर दे, दारू पीना बंद कर दे, तू नशा करना बंद कर दे. No, nothing is going to work. We need to change the root, to change the fruit of the tree. So work on the roots. If a person is depressive, work on depression and then on substance. Childhood ADHD, ODD, conduct disorder, first work on that. Family constellation, very, very important. If you walk on the route, correct the route, the fruits will be corrected by itself. अल्लाह की कसम, भगवान की कसम, जीसस की कसम, आज के बाद मैं हाथ नहीं लगाऊंगा अल्कोहल को. We see all these things. Unless we treat the roots, we are not going to treat the branch. So the wisdom of the story, cutting the branch wouldn't solve the problem. Instead, focus on the root and soil to eradicate the problem. Don't allow roots to grow to the branches. Change the root, change the fruit. Change the root, change the fruits. Change the root, change the fruits. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to me very patiently. Ma'am, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. It was
Addressing
indeed...
such an intelligent, such an intellectual crowd. So thank you very much.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. We are really obliged that you agreed to be a part of this session, and I'm really happy that students could open up and ask their questions so freely, and you answered them so patiently. Palak, I request you to take over.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a very wonderful talk.
Miss, I have one doubt. Can I?
Please, please.
Sir, where is the rehabilitation center in Mumbai? Like,
in Mumbai, there is in Pune. So after lockdown, you can request your madam or your principal, sir. So we can organize a entire trip, full day trip. It is in Pune. So I'll take a permission because we have a tie-up with them. So I'll take you and personally show you the ward, the people. You can take interview, and we'll do it. But let the lockdown gets over. And practical aspects of rehabilitation center, you speak to your madam or sir, and they will request to me, and I'll organize everything. So we'll go and we'll have practical aspects of rehabilitation center.
Sure, sir. That will be really a learning experience. We'll
Please,
definitely go ahead and
I will.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Any more questions, students, or can we go ahead?
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am, I have.
हेलो
Yes, Saili.
सर कभी ऐसे हो सकता है कि किसी काउंसलर या साइकेट्रिस्ट कोई ये सब माहौल में रह के कभी ऐसे ड्रग्स का एडिक्शन होने के चांसेस या उनको ऐसा करने का मन होता है क्या कभी?
All counselors and all psychiatrists are also human beings.
Yes, sir.
And we also have emotion.
पर सर फिर वो कैसे ओवरकम कर सकते हैं इस पे अगर उन्हें एडिक्शन लग गया?
Please come back. Please come back.
अगर उन्हें भी एडिक्शन हो गया तो वो कैसे मतलब ओवरकम कर सकते हैं?
करेंगे, वो उनके कलीग होते हैं, हमारे कलीग होते हैं, वो उनको हेल्प करके वो उनको बाहर लेके आते हैं. बट द विजडम ऑफ द स्टोरी दैट वी नो कि ये hell है, we are going to create hell for ourselves, so we try to control, we balance our own emotions and we control and we don't indulge into it. लेकिन unfortunately in my 25 years of experiences, एक दो ऐसे कुछ आए हैं, very rare, rarest of the rare, but we help them. They're also human beings. ठीक है, हो सकता है.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I have one doubt. Sir, if someone has 6 to 8 years of smoking addiction or a drugs addiction, so how much time he require for healing or to make a good person?
There is no it's a fixed time नहीं है कोई भी. I have told you the window period is 0.25 seconds. So when that 0.25 second comes, it can come in 1 hour, it can come in 10 hours. It can come in 10 months, it can come in 10 years. It is all depending on my willpower, will and power. If both get mixed, then I become strong. The moment I become strong, I will decide my own fate. It's all a mind game. You have to decide कि मुझे इसमें indulge होना है कि नहीं होना है.
सर एक बार इंसान सोच ले कि नहीं करना तो फिर नहीं करे.
Then you have to start fighting with your own self. You need to confront yourself, because then it is fighting between you and your inner self. You have to be pretty sure that I'm the ruler, I am the pilot, I am the architect, I am the designer of my own life. I will design, I will redesign from today onwards, from this moment onwards. Nothing doing, no matter what. I'm not going to indulge into smoking. So that point कभी आती है, because बोलना बहुत आसान है. To fight with yourself is the most difficult aspect of life. The moment you know how to fight with yourself, you're the winner. अरे तेरे को नहीं मालूम है मैं कितनी तकलीफों से गुजरता हूँ, मैं अखोड़ी लेता हूँ, मैं इतना परेशान हूँ कि मुझे लेनी पड़ती है. This is all your self talk. Nothing doing. From this moment onwards, I am not going to indulge. I am not going to light up one cigarette. No one puff. मैं आस्ते आस्ते छोड़ दूंगा, कुछ नहीं छूटता है. Either you are pregnant or you are not pregnant. Can you say you are 98% pregnant? No. So either you are into it or you are out of it. Either you are in the circle or you are out of the circle. If you are in the circle, then you need to manage your own circle by yourself. You cannot say I am 98% pregnant, I am 22% not pregnant. No. Either yes or no. I want to quit smoking now, this moment, nothing doing. I want to quit gutka now, at this moment, no further, nothing doing. Then you rule yourself. Otherwise, your addiction rules you. Hope you are convinced, my bacha.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I have a question.
Please. This will be the second. This will be the second last question.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, pleasure is such a big thing. How are you gonna say कि pleasure को नहीं कैसे बोलने का? आपको पता है प्लेजर आपको अच्छा देने वाला है, आपको पता है कि उस एक पफ मारने से मेरे को एफोरिक फीलिंग होने वाली है, तो मैं वो क्यों ना लूं? वो लोग जो इंडल्ज होने से पहले क्या थॉट आना चाहिए कि ओके नहीं लेना है, वो प्लेजर को ना कैसे बोलना है?
ये डैमेजिंग प्लेजर है, मुझे डैमेजिंग प्लेजर के अंदर नहीं जाना है, ये मुझे डीफोकस कर देगा. मेरी लाइफ का पूरा गोल है वो डीफोकस कर देगा.
तो सेल्फ कंट्रोल सर कहीं भी रोल प्ले करता है, जो सेल्फ कंट्रोल
पहले you don't indulge, you don't go, you don't come under the peer pressure. You know that I am going into this college for my own benefit. My goal is to study. आप कॉलेज में आए क्यों? What is the goal of your life? If I want to smoke, I want to drink. If that is the goal of your life, leave this college. This college is not for you.
Yeah.
If you want to touch the sky, if you want to be something in Mumbai, then Bhavan's college is for me.
Yeah, exactly. Fair enough.
If your goal is to to evolve your life, then you have to be away from all these things. These are all distraction.
So, sir, I was thinking about this meditation we have learned and all that. So, meditation also plays a role where you, this is a practice, okay, to stop masturbation, no fact. This is a whole practice going on in a whole community. They follow it because to understand self-control and practice self-control. So, is that also into addiction, like कि addiction वो रोक सकता है किसी भी चीज का, any kind of pleasure, any kind of addiction towards pleasure?
Yes, why not?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Basically, you should know what not to think, what not to feel, and in what way you should not behave. That's it. These are the three fundas. And you are answerable to yourself, huh? I am closing my bathroom, I am closing my washroom, and I am masturbating. किसी को थोड़ी पता चलेगा. You are not answerable to anybody on this planet. You are answerable to yourself. So whatever you do, talk to yourself whether I am doing perfect, whether I am actually raising myself in my own self, or I am destructing myself in the presence of myself. You decide. Always be a responsible ability to respond and live a disciplined life, and always be proud in your own eyes. I have done a good thing. That's it. This one funda, if you know how to imply, then you are going to live the life. The speed of the train decides on the engine of the train. This is my engine. मेरी ट्रेन के डब्बे कितने भी अच्छे होंगे, कितने भी लग्जरी होगी, कितने भी सोफिस्टिकेटेड होंगे, अगर मेरा इंजन बराबर नहीं है तो वो डब्बे कुछ काम के नहीं है. Okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
no experimentation, no distraction. Focus on your life. Try to evolve your life to the fullest. Yeah. You know, I was talking, Marzia.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you one last question before we conclude the session.
Okay, sir.
What is the richest and wisdomful land on this planet?
Sorry, sir.
Which is the richest land and wisdomful land on this planet? Marzia, answer, my sweetheart.
Marzia, you are on mute. You need to unmute yourself.
Anyone can answer?
Sir, the bedroom or a living like free space for.
ना इसका ध्यान bedroom पे है.
Washroom probably.
My God, washroom. I am telling the richest land, the wisdomful land, a piece of land.
Himalaya.
Very good.
Himalaya.
तो bedroom बोला था, डायरेक्ट bedroom से हिमालय पे चला गया मेरा बच्चा.
नहीं सर, आपने peaceful ऐड किया, that's why.
अच्छा, ठीक है, very good. Marzia, I am expecting a very brilliant answer from you, my sweetheart. The richest land on this planet is cemetery, graveyard. Lot of unused potential are lying over there. जैसा भगवान ने दिया था, जैसा अल्लाह ने दिया था, हम इंटेक वहां पे लेके गए, वैसे जैसा दिया था वैसे पैकेट लेके आया. The creator of your will also tell you, बाबा क्या किया है? I have given you something to use, your potential on this planet. You never use and you came along with the same packet. Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
So one last question.
Okay, please go ahead.
So how can one come out of hookah addiction?
I have told you, my bacha, nothing from this moment. You need to change your cognition. मुझे नहीं लेना है. उसके बाद में भी problem होवे तो you take my personal number and connect me on my personal window. I will try to help you. If not, I will call you personally offline into my center for your personal counseling.
Sir,
Chaitanya, I think we are running short of time. You send all the messages to us, and we will try to forward it to doctor and get answers for you. If not, sir has already shared all the details. I'm really sorry to interrupt, but I think we have taken a lot of time of sirs, right, sir? And I think we should go ahead.
Sir,
Chaitanya, are you okay? After it is already shared. It's already shared on the screen.
Yeah.
Palak,
Ma'am, I would like to have a feedback from the students.
Yes, sir. We will share the.
Thank you very much. Thank you all the students. Thank you. Have a happy Gudi Padwa, belated. Have a Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Jayanti. Have a Ramzan Mubarak.
Sir, just 5 minutes of yours. Sir, just 5 minutes of yours.
Please.
Palak, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a very wonderful talk. I am sure students must have got the message right and shall be motivated to stay away from such addictions and also refrain others from taking a wrong path. They will be in a better position to help those in need and guide them to the right way instead. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much, sir, once again for answering all the questions patiently. I would now like to request Marzia to post the feedback form in the chat box. And I would like to request everyone to fill the forms. And there are 2 forms, so I kindly request all of you to fill both the forms.
Palak, you can go ahead, please.
Now I would like to request Anshita Kori to propose a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, one and all. It is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the IQSC, Department of Psychology and Counseling and Guidance Center of Bhavan Sasarimal Sumani College of Arts and Science and Jairam Das Patel College of Commerce and Management Studies. I, Ms. Anshita Kori, student of TYBA, extend my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have made this session possible. I'm extremely thankful to the resource person for the session, Dr. Ali Akbar Ghabrani, for the insightful, interactive and lively session. I'm sure that all the students have got benefited by your presentation and fruitful deliberations brought about during the session. I would like to sincerely thank Principal Professor Dr. S.V. Rathod for his unwavering support and motivation to organize such activities. My thanks are due to IQSC Coordinator Dr. Manjusha Patwardhan, Head Department of Psychology Ms. Reena Patel, and Counselor Keuri Bujani for their valuable guidance in the organization of this program. I would like to thank the committee members of IQSC and other members of the teaching and non-teaching staff for their support. My thanks are due to our librarian, Bindu ma'am, for the technical support. My heartfelt thanks to Marzia Hashmani for introducing us to such a renowned personality, convincing Dr. Ghabrani to be our guest speaker and for constantly coordinating with the guests so well. Last but not the least, I express my gratitude towards all the student participants for the overwhelming response. Participation in such sensitizing sessions is indeed beneficial for our mental well-being. Looking forward to your active participation in future programs as well. Thank you all. Please also fill in both the feedback forms provided in the chat box. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Same here, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, and our principal, sir, couldn't join. Once again, he has sent good wishes and he had thanked you personally for being here.
Please. It's a pleasure and honor for me.
Thank
My
you,
regards
sir.
to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sir, for the wonderful session.
Thank you.